Hello there, Cancer. Thank you for stopping by for your video forecast, tarot forecast for the week of November 3rd through the 9th. What I'm using is my Wildwood Tarot deck today. And the first card that you have for Monday is the Queen of Bows in reverse. And the Queen of Bows in reverse really has a unique meaning for me in this particular deck. I don't know, I'm trying to get this a little closer to the camera. If you can see down by the hare's foot there, by her front paw, there's this mask. And this mask looks like a green man mask from this deck. And the green man would be an authority figure, male, gentleman. And so the significance of this is whenever I get my Queen of Bows from this deck coming up reversed, what's going on is there is somebody who has already crossed over, who is a male, who is an authority figure. So this would be like a head of a family, head of a household. So this could be a father, an uncle. This could also be a teacher. This could be a mentor. This could be somebody that, was close to you, but you looked up to them. They're like, so parent, uncle, mentor, teacher. Definitely a male. And so this is somebody who has already crossed over, who is now looking out for you. And when this card comes up, this tells me, Cancer, that you're going through some kind of really difficult situation right now. And so this spirit is showing up just to let you know that they are here with you as you walk through this, and that they are working behind the scenes to influence things to work out for your best interest. So that is your message for Monday. Quite a sweet message, actually, for you, Cancer. Now, Tuesday, we're on to a personality in your life as well. This is the Knight of Bows, the fox, but he's in reverse. And now we're talking about a more human personality. This is generally a man, although I have seen one time where it came up to be a feminine personality, but generally a male. And this is somebody who is extremely sharp, has a little bit of an overinflated idea of how important they are, so they're a little bit arrogant, and a great sense of humor, but they kind of focus it in a sharp way. So they have no qualms about making jokes at somebody else's expense. They use sarcasm on a regular basis as a way to really make them feel better about themselves, but it really makes other people around them feel worse about themselves. This type of person is not really a pleasant gentleman to be around. Hopefully he's just showing up for Tuesday and then he's disappearing. Maybe he's a bigwig CEO coming through to visit the place where you work, and then he'll go away after that. But anyway, you have this kind of unpleasant personality showing up on Tuesday. There is a small percentage of you that this is going to kind of be you on Tuesday. So you kind of want to look out for that and make sure that, you're putting your best foot forward, that it's not you. I'm not seeing a lot of you like this, like maybe 10%. But for most of you, you're just going to be dealing with somebody like this sometime during the day on Tuesday. Okay, so Wednesday, you have a really good card, actually. You have the 8 of Arrows in reverse. Now, what this tells me, this is actually there's been something in your life that you have really been struggling with for a long time. This is a long-term struggle, and you have come against resistance after resistance after resistance on this thing, and you have managed to still hold up the lantern of hope. So you've kept your hope alive. You've kept moving forward with this thing in spite of all the resistance. And when this card comes up upside down, what this is telling me is that struggle that you have been carrying through for a while is over today. So on Wednesday, I see this struggle just ending, finally, completely. Thank you, Lord, is what you're saying. Okay, so Thursday, 5 of Stones in reverse. Now this is, when this comes up right side up, it's talking about endurance. Whoops, there it goes on the floor. But when it comes in upside down, which is how it came in for you guys, Cancer, this is another end of something. Like Wednesday was the end of a struggle. This is the end of endurance for you. So on Thursday, there's going to be something that you have just been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and putting up with a bad situation for a long time, with the hopes that once you put up with this for long enough or for a set amount of time, then there would be a payoff that would make it worth it. And so on Thursday, we have the end of this endurance. So one of two things could have happened for you to have an end of endurance. You can be getting that payoff that you were expecting, or you could be deciding, you know what, not doing this anymore. It ain't worth it. Either way, you're going to be putting an end to the endurance and getting yourself out into freedom. All right, so Friday, we have the Mirror. Okay, so Cancers, this really has a lot to do with job hunting, or it can also have to do with figuring out where you belong in a relationship. Like, is this relationship really working for me or not? It can have to do with how you fit in really in any kind of situation, but a lot of times it's job hunting, or it's kind of evaluating a relationship that's been ongoing to see, okay, is this working the way I want it to? Is this relationship giving me what I need? Is, you know, is this worth staying in? So we have all this evaluation going on. So it can be about relationship, like I was just giving examples of. This also comes up when it comes to job hunting. And this has more to do with not just finding a job as in any job, but it has more to do with finding the right job for you, the job that you know that you'll be really good at, that you will enjoy. It kind of has to do with your passion. Whatever the job is, it's something that you can be passionate about. And so you're a good fit for this job. And as you're a good fit for whatever this job is, it's very fulfilling for you. The world notices what a good job you do because you do love it. And so the world pays you well for what you do. And so on Friday, that's the type of thing that I see you looking for if we're talking about a job situation. So you have either you're looking for how you fit into the work world in a more fulfilling way than you are right now, or you're evaluating the relationship that you're in to see if it's really where you want to be and you're getting what you want out of it. One of those two things is going on for you on Friday. Okay? Saturday, what we have is we have the journey in reverse for you, Cancer. First of all, I do see psychic ability kicking up for you on Saturday. And secondly, let's see, what day is that? That's going to be 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So that's going to be 2 days after the full moon. Is that the full moon or the new moon? I think that's 2 days after the full moon. Okay. So we're talking 2 days after the full moon. You're going to be noticing your psychic abilities really picking up. But also you have a lot of changes going on around you. Just continuous change around you right now in this day. And you are kind of resisting it. You're trying to put the brakes on it, trying to kind of control it and keep it, moderated a little bit. Don't do that. You're only going to hurt yourself. Just try to go with the flow. It's much easier to go with the flow when the changes are coming in than it is to try to hold them back. Because if you hold them back, you're just going to put stress on yourself that does not need to be there. And for what? The changes are going to come in anyway. Just let them. Roll with them. Have fun with them, for Pete's sake. You can't do anything else with them. May as well have fun with them. Okay, so Sunday, we have the Blasted Oak, and we have the Blasted Oak in reverse. You guys have like all the yucky cards this week, but they're all in reverse, which makes them less yucky. In fact, the 2 of them are like happiness making. So kind of interesting thing here. So anyway, the Blasted Oak in reverse is really a things are getting better card. Now this is talking about when the Blasted Oak in reverse comes up, this is talking about that in the recent past you had a situation that you felt very safe and comfortable in, like you could stay in that situation indefinitely, but something happened and you were just suddenly ejected right out of that situation. Okay? I mean suddenly, no expectation whatsoever. Here it comes. Bam. Okay? Now what's going on when you get this card in reverse is that it has to do with that situation that's already happened. But now you're at a place where you're starting to get back up on your feet and recover a little bit, and you're looking around for opportunities about ways to replace that situation you were ejected from. And what you're finding out is you weren't looking for these opportunities before because you thought you had the perfect situation, but now you're seeing that there's better opportunities out there than the one that you were in before. So it's really a nice card. It's a card of hope and of revitalization, time to realize that, okay, wow, there's better stuff out there than the way I had it. I'm in good shape. I can do this. Okay, so that is your week, Cancer, for November 3rd through the 9th. For those of you who would like to book a reading from me, I do ask that you make sure I'm the best psychic for you, so I want you to check out my website. You can find me at www.amista.info, I-N-F-O. Once you're there and you've looked around and decided, oh yeah, I think that she would be really good, at that point I want you to go ahead and contact me. There's a zillion and one ways to contact me and we can set up a reading. And for the rest of you, I will see you next week. Everyone have a good week. Peace out.